welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room. Now recently I did a video of this card here which we made with the Winter Woods stamp set. Now I did mention at the time that there's dies that go with this, and that one was all stamps. This project is going to be all dies, so we'll go ahead and get started with this one. So the first thing we need is to bring in our big shot, and I'm going to cut these two tree shapes. Now I should say that you can stamp and then cut these, so I'm just doing it just die cut, but obviously they will all work together. So I'm going to cut those two pieces and we will put those through. And then I'm also going to cut a piece of, now this is it was what we've always called the Dazzling Diamonds Glimmer, but I think we're calling it something else now. I don't know quite what the name is. They have changed the name. Now I'm going to show you the difference. Firstly, is a little bit thinner. Now that should mean that it is easier to die cut. The second thing I want to show you is the difference in colour. Can you see how different? So this is last year's and this is this year's. This has got a lot more blue and pink. They're both iridescent, but this has got a lot more blue and pink, and this has got more green and yellow. Now I must say I prefer the blue and pink, and obviously I prefer something that's easier to die cut. And I'm going to use this little swirly piece. I'm still cutting upside down, which is what we've always recommended for glimmer paper. There is one exception to that, and that is if you're cutting letters, because obviously if you cut letters the wrong way up, they will indeed be upside down. So I've just cut a little kind of snow line piece there. Right, so that is super pretty. And then I'm going to bring these die cut pieces in and I will show you what we need to do. Now, it's my invaluable tool that I use all the time now. We're going to prick those out. Can you see this has got little cuts all the way down? And this is what is so amazing about this particular die. We've got other dies that cut out trees, but nothing that quite does this. And what I've found is the easiest way is to actually lift and fold these back, almost back on themselves. You kind of feel as if you're overdoing it, but it's better to be too much rather than too little, because you don't want them to fold back down too much as you're kind of working with your tree and decorating it. So they'll come down a little bit. And so I'm just using my little mini spatula, just love this tool, and lifting those pieces up. It all looks a little bit of a mess at this point, but don't panic. But you can see what you're getting there. Now you can adhere these in various ways. I quite like using mini dimensionals, which just does pop it up just that little bit more. And so I'm going to pop those down here. Back to my tool again. And I'm just kind of looking for places that I can put them in where it's not going to get in the way. I might just put a bit of Tombow right at the top there. Put another one there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow right at the top. Just a bit of liquid glue. And let's take these backing pieces off. However did I manage without this tool? Right, okay, now let's pop that down and just line the top up and press down where those are. So there's our little tree. Isn't that amazing? Just like that, it is gorgeous. But we can make it even better. I'm going to lay it down on a piece again of Just Whisper White. This is very simple, sort of understated card that we are doing here. As I say, you can bling this up any number of ways, and you can stamp it and then die cut it. You can ink it in all sorts of ways, and it just, everyone a winner, as they say. It really is a beautiful set. So I'm going to have my tree just sitting on the snow around about there. But before I put it all on, I'm going to add some bling. So now, other end of this, I'm just going to turn that up just a tad. You hardly need to turn this at all, and you hardly need to refresh it. I have used it a lot, and I'm nowhere near using it all up. And we're going to, in fact, I've still turned too much out of it, even with that tiny bit. And you can see how easy it is to pick up your bling and put it in place. And these are the red rhinestones. You'll find them in the big book with the regular rhinestones. So we've always got them, but they're separately in the autumn winter catalogue as well. But they are always in the big book. And more is more, really, isn't it? It's knowing where to stop with your rhinestones, especially when they're so easy to pick up. There we go. I've added a little bit of red bling there. And then I'm going to pop these on, and I'm going to pop these up with dimensionals. Now, because I've got 2 layers of dimensionals and rhinestones on here, this is probably in the UK going to exceed the regular letter price for postage. This is going to end up being a large letter, and if you're not wanting to pay that, this will be one that I hand over. And can you see that one's just closed down at, whoops, didn't press that one on enough. That one's just closed down just a tad. Just going to stamp a greeting, and I'm doing that in real red. This is Season's Greetings, and this particular one is from Bring On the Presents. And let's pop that up at the top. Again, just keeping it really simple. And now we're going to add some more glitter. We're going to put it onto our card base first. I'm using Thick Whisper White here. And quite important with Thick Whisper White, I do often get questions about which way to fold. Honestly, with most cardstock it doesn't matter that much, but with our Thick Whisper White or Thick Very Vanilla, you can get cracking if you go the wrong way. So what I always say is to turn your valley, there's your valley, into a mountain, and turn your mountain into a valley. So I'm going to fold like that, mountains into valleys, valleys into mountains. My lovely ladies tell me that's their mantra when they're folding cards. There we go, and so that can go on there. Ooh. And just in case we haven't got enough bling, let's add some more. I'm going to use the fine tip glue and just put a little bit of glue along the edges of all the branches that are lifted up there. And then bring in my Dazzling Diamonds glitter. I'm going to put my tree that way up because it'll get all underneath all the little bits and pieces there. Just pour that over, just so we've got a little bit of extra bling. And you can see how kind of 3D that card is. It's absolutely beautiful. So that is the In the Woods Framelits dies, and we've used the glimmer and we've used the red rhinestones. Thanks for visiting Elizabeth's Craft Room today, and I look forward to welcoming you back again soon.